Hi, everybody. Okay, for these episodes, I did not keep track of numbers because, first of all, it's really hard to keep track of numbers, and also they had something like they would say whatever number and then A. So I didn't know what it was talking about because I never seen holiday episodes, and I don't know how they name them and stuff. So, okay, I started with Christmas in 2008. Then I went to Christmas in 2011 or 12. I think it was 12. And then I jumped to 2018. Okay, so I gotta say, 2008 was my favorite, but then 2012 was good too. And then I don't know what was going on in the last one. I knew all the characters, but I was like, okay, who fits with who? And it was hard because I had to remember all the names from now and then go, okay, do I remember them or not? So, okay, 2008. Katie is now involved with Nick. They're living in the same house, and he gives her, as a Christmas present, a pair of sneakers, white sneakers. And those are significant because up until then, she had been on bed rest and stuff because she just had the transplant. So she couldn't really do too much. And then I guess the doctor cleared her for more physical stuff. So then he gave her shoes. And I'm thinking, he gave her sneakers for Christmas? Oh, okay. And then I'm thinking, well, maybe they have a different relationship. That it's okay that he got her sneakers. And then he says, just as I'm about to say, okay, whatever, he goes, well, I always have my backup just in case my first gift doesn't work. And then lo and behold, he has a box behind his back, a little box that looks like a ring should be in it. But I didn't want to get my hopes up. And then he opens up the box and there's an engagement ring in there, and I about lost it. I like flipped out. I was like, oh my God. And then he proposed and she said yes. And, okay. So I was excited and whatever. And then all the kids came for Christmas, and Stephanie was there, and Taylor was there, and everybody. Okay. And I'm like, okay, big holiday fest. Great. And then the episode ends pretty much because all they did was sing carols and stuff. Christmas, right? Okay. So then we jump to 2012. And by this point, you're supposed to know, although I didn't, that Stephanie has unalived. Because, and this is not a bad thing, because Susan Flannery wanted to retire. So I guess they decided that it would be best to unalive the character, and let it go. And then, but it was really odd seeing the house without her in it. And also, Eric was a shell of his former self because Pam came back on the scene, um, and she had been known to bake a lot of stuff like cookies and stuff all the time, and she was baking up a storm and cooking stuff, and he just was not in the mood, but he tried to fake it for her because he didn't want somebody telling him how to act and whatever. So it was odd. That part was odd. I mean, understandable, but odd. And then some new people came in. Um, let's see, what's his Lawrence St. Victor Carter. You finally see this is my first time seeing Carter as Carter. You know what I mean? And then let's see, Paris and Zoe. They're sisters, right? Okay, so the storyline is Zoe and Carter just got engaged. And then Paris is new to LA or whatever. So she decided somebody invited her to the party. She decided to come. Played by Diamond White. And meanwhile, all these people can sing their hearts out. So you want to talk about Christmas carols? It was like to another level. It was great. I was like, oh my god, this is wonderful. But yeah, and then it was just it. And then the rest of the episode was pretty much Eric just dealing with the loss of his wife and like everybody feeling it, but no one knowing what to say at the time because you don't want to be insensitive, but then you don't want to point out like I'm sorry about your wife all the time. You know what I mean? So that it was just like it was cheery, but there was a muted button kind of on it. So it was interesting. Okay. And then 2018. I think I said that right. Okay. So then Liam is now on the scene. But the thing is Liam and Hope are starting to like each other or something. I don't know. But then Hope meets Thomas and he takes her around LA. And it's really weird because you're like, okay, Hope and Liam are going to get together. And then you go, oh no, but she has chemistry with Thomas too. So I guess there starts the love triangle with Hope, Liam, and Thomas. I guess. And then let's see what else. Oh, I think there were a lot of new people, so I couldn't keep track of who all was there. But it was family gathering and stuff. Oh, Rick. Rick came back. Because remember, I told you that in the earlier episodes I've been watching, Rick was played by Kyle Loader. And so he's played by Jacob Young now. And then Jacob got, or no, Rick got together with Caroline, somebody. So I don't know. And then Eric made some comment about, yeah, Caroline's good for you, that kind of thing. And then the episode closed. So this is where names come in because, like, within 5 years or something, all the names change and all the people change. But you have to remember who played who. So you can say, okay, that's a new person playing that, or it's the same person, or something like that. And plus, some days I just watch the episode to watch them, and I don't really keep track of names and stuff. So that's why I'm not so fluid with the names. But I know what was going on in the episode. So, hope you like these. All right. Bye, everybody.